Hey guys, welcome to Top 1%. Today's video has to be one of the most important and influential videos on my channel because I'm going to walk you through the journey of a science teacher who lost 61 pounds in 6 months by eating nothing but McDonald's. You heard me right. He ate 540 meals of McDonald's. Every single day, that's all that he ate, and he lost 61 pounds. He went from being 280 pounds of obese to 219 pounds of healthy. It's possible. His journey is a living proof of it. And that's why I'm making this video here today, to walk you through his journey and tell you what he did right that you could learn from and what he could have done better. So basically, I'll just walk you through his journey and tell you how it went. So stay tuned till the very end. This is going to be a lot of fun, very informative and very interesting indeed. So let's get started without any further ado.
You see, this experiment wasn't about McDonald's. This experiment wasn't about me. This experiment was about teaching kids to use critical skills in making proper choices.
You see how he talks about teaching kids to make the right choice? It's not just the kids, even the adults need to learn how to make the right choices when it comes to nutrition. To improve your lifestyle, to be more fit, to be more healthy, that's something that's very important in every single human being's life, right? And when he got started with the experiment first, people were skeptical about it. They didn't really believe him. I mean, you can't blame them. Why would people think that somebody could eat 540 meals straight from McDonald's and lose weight? 61 pounds at that. It seemed like something that was impossible, but he did it, and here's how.
I knew, first of all, that I was going to lose weight. I had to, because there were two parameters that we put the kids on. Number one, they had to keep me at 2,000 calories a day, and we also tracked 15 different nutrients of any item that I ate. And what they had to do is they had to use a balancing act to make sure they stayed as close to 2,000 calories a day as they could, as well as the 15 nutrients of trying to keep those in line with what the standards have been set by the Food and Drug Administration.
So you see how he talks about two different parameters, being within 2,000 calories and tracking 15 different nutrients. The first one is very important, the caloric limit, being within 2,000 calories. What does that mean with respect to his body? Let me simplify that. Let me crunch down the numbers for you to make it as simple as possible. Alright, so here I have put into numbers the transformation of John Cisna. I'll make it real simple for you guys, so stay tuned. So for a guy who's 280 pounds and has about 40% body fat, and the only physical activity he does is walk a little bit, his maintenance would be 3,200 calories per day, and the caloric intake he restricted himself was to 2,000 calories per day. So the calorie deficit per day is 1,200 calories per day, and if you take it over the week, it's 8,400 calorie deficit per week. So each pound of fat contains 3,500 calories. So if you divide 8,400 by 3,500, that gives you 2.4 pounds of fat loss per week. That's a great number. I mean, when you're overweight, when you're obese, it's easy to lose that kind of weight, but as you lose more and more fat and you get leaner, you'll have to lose in smaller numbers, because if you try to lose a lot of weight at once, you'll end up risking losing muscle as well. So here we go. He's losing 2.4 pounds per week. So over 25.7 weeks, which is 180 days, he lost 61 pounds. That's right, he went from 280 pounds to 219 pounds, and this is the science behind it.
You know, some of the skeptics of this had said, well, he just probably only ate salads. No, I had everything. I had Big Macs, I had the habanero, I had quarter pounders with cheese, I had ice cream cones, I had sundaes. And what's really amazing that people find unbelievable is probably 95% of every day I had French fries. I love French fries, and that was a great part of it.
And that, my friends, is the power of quantity control. If you eat less calories than what you burn, you will lose weight. That's basic law of thermodynamics, that's science, that's a fact. You cannot change the laws of nature. It's not going to happen. If you eat in a calorie deficit, you will lose weight. And that's exactly what John Cisna did. His students kept a track of how many calories he was eating, and they went on to McDonald's website to find the nutrition labels of each and every food that he ate and found a way to fit that within the 2,000 caloric limit, and he lost weight. And I tried to do something similar. I went on to the Indian website of McDonald's to find the nutrition labels for the Indian McDonald's foods, because the foods are different, the menus vary from country to country, right? And I found this PDF which had all the nutritional information, the calories and everything else that you would need, and this is what it is. Okay, so here we have it, all the nutritional information. Although it's not really updated, it's almost 3 years old, so that's not good, McDonald's. You need to keep it updated. So you got calories, protein, fats, carbohydrates, dietary fiber, all that good stuff. So I'll tell you what you need to look for when you take a look at this nutritional information in anything, not just McDonald's, obviously you need to take a look at the calorie. That's the most important factor. It trumps everything else. It's that important. And it's good if you have high protein for not very high calories. That's what you want to look at. And try to keep sugar low as possible, not too high. Fat and carbohydrates honestly doesn't matter as long as you got the calories covered. Fiber, if it's high, it's going to fill you up faster, and that's a very good thing. It prevents you from overeating. Sodium, come on, nobody really gets fat from eating sodium, so don't worry about that. So calories, that's your number one priority. Protein, second priority. Fiber, third priority. Sugar, keep it low, and you got it. So over here I prefer these top 4-5 items which have high protein and fairly decent calories, not very high. That's good. And down here, some of these foods have really high calories for what protein they give, so you might want to stay away from that. And let's go down. Fries, obviously not good for you. You can see more food items. Yep, I would stay away from most of these stuff. And here's the difference. Take a look at this. Diet Coke over here, just 1 calorie. 1 calorie for 300 ml of it. For 300 ml of it. And here we go. The other stuff, not so good. Why would you unnecessarily want to add more calories when you could completely avoid it? And also enjoy the food that you eat or drink.
The real challenge of this project was the exercise, not the physicalness of the exercise, but the mental aspect of it.
Apart from staying within 2000 calories, another thing that John Cisna did was he walked for 45 minutes every single day for 6 months. Of course, you cannot outwalk a bad diet or even outrun a bad diet. But if you stay within those 2000 calories and walk, it helps you burn a few extra calories. That can definitely help. It's always a good idea to walk because it's healthy for you and it will burn a few extra calories. And he talks about how he couldn't walk more than 30 minutes for the first day because he was carrying 280 pounds, he was obese. It was difficult for him to walk more than 30 minutes and he felt psychologically defeated. But he didn't stop. He kept going on. He built consistency and he did what he needs to do. And that's something we all need to learn from. People looked at him and thought, what is this guy doing? Is he crazy? He's just walking alone every single day in the field. He's eating McDonald's to lose weight. It'll never work. But guess what? As he started showing results over time, people slowly started cheering him. They started believing in him. And that's what happens. That's life. You need to do the best that you can and believe in yourself. Be consistent and the rest will follow.
You know what? This experiment shows us that it's not McDonald's that makes us fat. It's our choices of what we eat that makes us fat.
That is absolutely 100% true. It's your choices that make you fat. And you need to understand, if you go to McDonald's and you have Diet Coke in place of regular Coke, that saves you a lot of calories because Diet Coke has 0 calories. And if you're eating fried, sugary, extra cream whipped, super fatty foods, of course those contain a lot of calories. Those are really calorie dense and that will push you over your caloric limit. Unless you're like this guy and you're tracking and making sure that you're within 2000 calories, the average person doesn't do that. Even I don't track my calories throughout the time. I track only when I'm trying to get in shape, I'm trying to lose a little bit of extra fat, to get chiseled, to get leaner. But throughout the year, most people don't do that. So you need to understand, can you really eat those fatty foods, foods that contain a lot of calories and still stay within 2000 calories? Do you have that kind of discipline? Can you be that meticulous about this? Can you plan that well ahead? If you can, it's absolutely fine. But then again, eating these foods once in a while in moderation, while most of your diet is healthy, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a sustainable way to make progress, and that's what you need to focus on.
You know, one of the problems, I think, the misconceptions people have about McDonald's and fast foods is they listen too much to the internet. They believe that whatever they see, whatever they read, whatever they hear on the internet is gospel. You know, Mark Twain once said that a person who doesn't read the newspaper is uninformed. The person who does read a newspaper is misinformed. And you know, if Mark Twain was alive today, I think he would just substitute the word newspaper to internet.
Wow, those are words to live by. Let me say that again. It is better to be uninformed than to be misinformed. Fit tuber. Anyways, let's move on.
The thing that made this gold was the blood work. In 90 days, my cholesterol went from 249 to 170. my triglycerides went from 156 to 80, and my LDL went from 170 to 113, all eating what people predominantly think is garbage.
Now, isn't that amazing? Let me explain why it was possible for him to improve so much despite not eating healthy because McDonald's. Here's the deal. When you lose all that extra fat, when you're not obese anymore and you're in the healthy range, your blood work automatically improves, your blood profile improves, your hormones are better, you have better energy levels, your mood improves, all of that improves. That's the way it is, it's a fact. You can say all you want about body positivity and being obese, it's alright, more power to you and all that. But the fact of the matter is, if you want to live a long, quality, healthy, fulfilling life, you need to lose fat. I'm not saying be shredded, walk around with six packs here around like a bodybuilder or a supermodel or something, but lose all that extra fat, okay? Just stay in the healthy range, somewhere between 20 to 25% at least. That's the healthy way to be. If you do that, your blood work, your blood profile, everything, it'll automatically improve.
Made him a perfect sidekick for Ronald.
In the middle, right next to Ronald, the bald guy, that's John Cisna, a national spokesman for McDonald's who travels the country telling a story about McDonald's and his diet experiment.
And after the success of this experiment, McDonald's actually made John Cisna their brand ambassador. And why wouldn't they? It's a very smart business move. Bravo McDonald's, that's the way to go. And now they can reach more audiences, right? He made people believe that you can actually be healthy by eating McDonald's. It's not the junk food that's actually the problem, it's overeating that's the problem. So that's the problem. Not anymore. Alright, now I'm going to answer a very important question, that is junk food, is McDonald's really sustainable for life? The answer is it depends. What are your goals? If you want to stay completely shredded with six packs year round, there's no way in hell you're going to maintain that by eating McDonald's. You will starve to death because these foods, they generally contain a lot of calories, and when you want to be that lean, you get to eat less calories. You need to eat even fewer calories. And in that case, you need to eat healthier foods such as fruits, vegetables, drink more water, and eat low calorie dense foods. That's how you stay more full while eating lesser calories. But does it mean McDonald's is unhealthy, that junk food is unhealthy? Not necessarily. I just proved it right now through this experiment. I mean, John Cisna did, but yeah. Anyways, so if you just want to stay healthy, you want to lose all that fat, certainly you can eat a little bit of junk food here and there, as long as you stay within those within the caloric limit and you enjoy what you're eating, you can certainly stay healthy. That's not an issue. And the problem is when you don't track at all. You eat sporadically without any tracking, without any idea of what you're eating, how many calories each food contains, eat whatever you want, whenever you want. That's the problem. That's what 95% of the people do, and that's the reason they don't have any results. That's the reason they look the way they do. And quite honestly, that's what needs to be solved. Understand energy balance, understand quantity control. If you do that, you will find what's right for you, okay? And trust me, it's not possible to eat the 100% perfect diet, and I'm not even advocating for it. If you try to eat the 100% perfect diet, such as what bodybuilders do during their competition prep time, maybe you can do it for a few weeks, at most a few months, but then you'll get mentally exhausted. You will hate the process, and then you'll run away from eating healthy and you'll lose all the results for life. You need to find something that's sustainable for you. That's the key. You need to find something that you can be consistent with. Is that eating 80% healthy and 20% of junk food? Maybe. That's what works for me, and that's what might work for most people. Alright? You need to find that balance in your life. And if you do that, you can eat anywhere. You can eat McDonald's, Subway, whatever you want, and it's going to be healthy as long as you understand energy balance and you stay within that caloric limit. And another suggestion from McDonald's, this guy, he's in America, he had a lot of good options. They had oatmeal and whatnot, healthier options, but in India we lack that. So McDonald's, if you're watching this video, do add more healthier food options in the Indian subcontinent, and I'd really appreciate that. Generally I like to eat in Subway because it gives you more options. You get to choose everything from the bread to the fillings to the sauce to everything. So it's important to know what goes in your food. Alright, anyways, I've been ranting on far too long, and that's it. This is the video. The world needs more people like John Cisna. He made a very important point. He showed the world that you can eat healthy while enjoying your life. That's the point. Alright, so that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, smash that thumbs up button. Comment down below what content you want me to cover in the future. And this is my 96th video. I told in the previous video as well, for my 100th video I'm planning to do a Q&A session, and not a single person really put out any questions so far. So come on guys, what are you doing? Bring me some questions, I need it. And also do subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon, and until next time, take care, stay hungry.